Hi, I'm Andrea Cline. I'd like to talk a little bit about adding speed, how I do it, and when I do it. Um, when I'm starting these horses on the pattern, I ride them. I do a lot of weight control, and this and it all. From the beginning, I add speed as I go along, but how I do it is I let the horse decide when they want to add speed. Meaning, like the other horse, she already has a lot of speed. She always wants to run, so for her the speed is already there. That's just what she wants to do. On a horse like this, when I lean forward, that means go, and when I sit down, that means to back off. And when you ride that every day, they'll pick up on it, and it just becomes something that they're used to. So when I go into my pattern and I'm starting these horses, as I go into my pattern, whether I'm trotting or loping, I will always lean forward. Over time, your hotter blood horses over your horses that are not hot-blooded, they will automatically go up, they'll ride up underneath you. So when I lean forward, they'll come up underneath you. And so that speed will start to add by itself. Now, I don't ever ask for speed until everything is pretty perfect around your pattern. Meaning I can lope a pattern with ease without pulling. They're finishing their turns on their own and everything is smooth. And when I've got that and I've got it consistent for at least a month and a half, I'll ask for speed. And the reason why I wait so long is because I want my horses to be solid. I don't want anything falling apart at speed. So for me personally, I'll wait. I'll lope that pattern for a month and lope it good. Like it's easy. They're not pulling on me at any point. And then to add my speed, again, it depends on the personality. Your horse's personality is a big factor in this. If you have a horse that's go-y, the speed is going to be pretty easy. And for the most part, I really don't have to whip my horses over and under them or use a whip. If I use a whip, it's to get their attention. It's not a speed thing because I've worked on that from the get-go. So if you establish, from the beginning, if you establish that forward is go and back and sitting down in your saddle is to back off, you've already set the precedent for adding speed, and it just comes naturally and it comes easy. Adding speed it's really important not to add speed until your pattern is good, until your pattern is, you've got a collected horse and he's finishing his turns without you having to pull on him all the time. Don't add speed until you have that. If you add speed before that, you're gonna have problems later on. I know, and I don't know if any of you have ever had, you have a young horse and you go out there and all of a sudden he runs a 1D time. And then the next time you're back in the 3D, don't get frustrated. Let that horse come into himself. Every horse that comes in, I let them decide when they're ready to run. I really don't ask it for them, and I have solid horses. So that works for me. Again, when it comes to time for me to haul, we'll get into that later, but when it comes time to hauling a horse and going to your first exhibitions and going out there, I don't expect to be in the 1D. I don't. I'm good with being in the 4D or the 3D. That time does not matter to me. I want those horses to go out and look like they're a barrel horse. I want them to go out and turn 3 barrels and pay attention and be soft. And then over time, that speed will come, and it does. When you're riding them right and you're getting up out of the saddle correctly and you're showing them to run, they'll start running up underneath you. And on the lazier horses, I ride them the same way. The only difference is I may go ahead and actually kick them. That's the only difference between a lazy horse and a non-lazy horse. And the lazier horses, I'll just have to keep squeezing them and actually put, maybe a little spur into them to get them to keep moving. But that's really the only difference. If I stay riding correctly and I'm in a forward is go and back and sitting down is backing off, I have yet to have a horse come in that don't listen to that.